Matthew 14:29. Imagine if Peter had said, "Lord, I believe I can walk on water, but I'll stay in the boat, just in case." That wouldn't have been faith. It would have been fear disguised as wisdom. Faith requires movement. It requires a step. And Peter stepped out. As long as his eyes were on Jesus, he walked on water. But the moment he let fear take over, he started sinking. This is what happens when we hesitate in our faith. Hesitation is the enemy of miracles. The woman with the issue of blood in Mark 5:25-34 had faith. But her faith wasn't just a belief. It was an action. She pressed through the crowd, despite her weakness, despite the law that said she was unclean, despite the risk of being punished. She didn't wait for Jesus to notice her. She reached out and touched his garment. And what did Jesus say? "Your faith has made you whole." It wasn't just faith that he could heal her. It was faith that made her move. Faith always requires action. Noah built the ark before the rain came. Genesis 6:14. The walls of Jericho only fell after Israel marched around them for 7 days. Joshua 6:3-5. The blind man only received his sight after he obeyed Jesus and washed in the pool of Siloam. John 9:7. The miracle always comes after the step of faith. Many people are waiting for God to move, but God is waiting for them to act. The problem is that fear, doubt, and laziness often paralyze believers. Many say, "I'm waiting on God," when in reality, God is waiting on them. They pray for opportunities, but when the opportunity comes, they hesitate. They ask for direction, but when God speaks, they delay in obedience. They dream of big things, but refuse to take small steps. They want the reward of faith without the risk of faith. But Hebrews 11:6 says, "Without faith, it is impossible to please God." Faith pleases God, but faith that moves activates his power. Think about the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. The master gave 3 servants different amounts of money to invest. 2 of them took action, multiplied what they were given, and were rewarded. But 1 servant buried his talent, afraid to take a risk. And what did the master say? "You wicked and lazy servant," Matthew 25:26.